Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Alam nyo ba, ang dami raw palang mga applications ngayon ang talagang nakaka-experience ng processing delays dahil they are stuck in the background check part. Okay? And it has come to the point wherein these applications are being scrutinized pala by Canada's Intel agency. Imagine that. Okay. Although, hindi na rin ako na-surpresa because I had an episode last month, or early last month, which I will remind you of in just a bit. And I think that has something to do with what is going on here. Sobrang tindi na raw nung ilang processing delays na ang agency ng Canada involved in national security and intel gathering, naglabas po ng statement to address yung complaints. Okay? Dahil ang dami na nga nag-file talaga ng formal complaints, siguro nagtatanong, bakit ba ang tagal ng background check ko? Okay? Before I go to that announcement, let me share with you this report from 2024 just to give you an idea on why there is a lot of scrutiny in some applications. Okay, scrutiny sa background check. Bakit? Alam niyo ba, sometime in 2024, meron pong international student, applicant, na nireject ang kanyang permit application. Alam niyo kung bakit? Dahil pinagsuspetsahan na kapag siya daw ay nakapunta dito ng Canada, baka maging spy siya ng China. O, diba? Kakaiba, no? Sige. Old report na ito, guys. But I think, again, this has something to do with what is going on now with some applications. O, sige, play po natin.
A newly released court case suggests Canada is clamping down on potential espionage at universities. Chinese engineering student Yue Kangli was denied a study permit to research microfluidics at the University of Waterloo after a Canadian visa officer worried he might spy for Beijing. Federal Court Justice Paul Crampton agreed. He found no evidence Li was a spy, but argued there are reasonable grounds to believe that Mr. Li may be recruited or coerced by the People's Republic of China to engage in espionage activities. The former
O, diba? O, diyan ko na lang tatapusin yun, ano? Walang direct evidence that he is a spy, pero parang pinaniniwalaan na posible siyang itap for espionage activities, related activities, kung siya ay makapasok dito sa Canada. See? 2024 po yan, ano? Ito naman pong isi-share ko sa inyo na sunod, hindi naman po to immigration na applicant. Pero I think this is still related to this whole situation wherein naghihigpit talaga ang Canada sa mga pinapapasok nito because of fears of, ayun na nga, no, activities that may put at risk national security, no? Hindi lang to simpleng fraud na papasok dito, baka peking dokumento, hindi. Ibang issue naman to. So, look at this report. Also from 2024, scientist from China po, tong scientist nito, he was fired from his work at a lab in Winnipeg last year because it was discovered that he intentionally worked to benefit China. Diba? Hindi naman po to immigration applicant, but again, I think this is still related. Ngayon, puntahan na natin yung sinasabi kong ano, no? Notice from Canada's Intel agency. Ito po yan. Nag-circulate po ito sa social media over the past few days, especially coming from some consultants. Kumbaga, pinigay daw po yata ito, pinadala sa ilang mga complainants. Kasi nga, dami siguro nila, no? O sige, basahin po natin. Actually, ayoko pala basahin. Napakahaba nito. Tignan nyo na lang po yung title pala, no? Notice to complainants concerning immigration delay complaints. Tignan nyo kung saan galing, yung upper left. The National Security and Intelligence Review Agency. Imbis na basahin ko yan lahat, doon na lang tayo sa last two paragraphs, okay? NSIRA is committed to completing all complaint investigations in a timely and procedurally fair manner. The registrar will provide updates on the status of individual investigations as information becomes available. We understand that complainants may wish to receive our regular updates. However, due to limited resources, frequent inquiries about the status of a complaint may inadvertently divert staff time away from progressing investigations, potentially leading to further delays. We kindly ask for your patience and understanding as we work in diligently to advance each complaint. Anong sinasabi nila, no? Siguro nga dinudumog na po kasi sila ng mga tawag. Oy, ano nang nangyari dyan sa complaints namin? Naiintindihan naman daw nila. Siyempre nga, dahil ang daming problemado sa backlog, pero kung kailangan daw nilang sagutin bawat isa ng nakiki-update sa kanila, eh mas matatagalan pa ang kanilang ginagawang verification, kumbaga, at background check. So, ayun. Actually, I had an episode yun na nga, last month, na sa sobrang tagal ng delay, there is a group of international student applicants from China na dinimanda na yung Canada dahil sa delay. Ito po yan, na-share ko na ito sa inyo before. Yan, ito yan, Chinese students take Ottawa to court over study permit delays. Ang nangyari po kasi nung panahon na to, natanggap na sila ng school, di ba? Sa sobrang tagal nung processing nila, hindi na sila pumasok doon sa kung kailan sila dapat mag-uumpisa ng klase. Okay, some of them have already left their jobs, yung mga ganun ba. So I think, again, this is related to what is happening now with a continuous backlog sa background checking. Ngayon, ang tanong, palagay nyo, meron kayang mga applicants from the Philippines experiencing the same kind of scrutiny sa background check? Meron kaya mga applicants from the Philippines na yung Intel mismo ang nagko-conduct ng background check? Okay, well, syempre, natanong natin yung isa nating suking immigration lawyer, again, si Attorney Ludan Zalan. Tinanong ko, meron din kayang mga sinusuring ganyang level sa Philippines? At ito po, ang aming short conversation about it. Okay, do you see this happening? Meron bang mga apektadong Pilipino dito sa ganitong type of backlog that now involves, kumbaga, intel security agencies?
Right. So yung sa National Security Intelligence Risk Assessment kasi, tinitignan nila kung ikay danger to the Canadian public. Ito yung mga specific sections in the Immigration Refugee Protection Act that looks at terrorism, organized crime, and basically yung mga malalaking crime like crimes against humanity. I think you know where I'm going with this.
Mhm.
So sa Philippines, it's very unusual that applicants are put into this particular list unless
Okay.
you're a member of, historically, or you have ties to listed terrorist organizations from the Philippines. Meron. Kung
Nako.
tayo sa website ng Public Safety Canada, kasama dyan ng Abu Sayyaf, kasama dyan ng BIFF, and Islamic State na merong branch, di ba? Kumbaga sa Pilipinas. And hindi din ako nagugulat na nagkakaroon na ngayon ng review and scrutiny na intense kapag may mga applicants na merong military service from the Philippines, and more so if they have service under the Philippine National Police. I think you had some episodes about those who were found inadmissible, di ba? Because of their involvement, however indirect, in Tokhang, di ba?
Yeah, Oplan Tokhang, I see. Okay,
Yeah.
so but usually, what countries ba ang dumadaan yung mga applications sa mga intel offices, yung background check nila?
Right.
Kasi guys, I had an episode a while back tungkol sa mga Chinese student applicants. Wala pa dito. Na delay na, and then based on yung mga nabasa ko, it's because there were students before na nandito na from China na parang they were accused of engaging in mga
Espionage.
spying activities. So parang careful daw ang Canada na maulit yung mga ganon. Tama ba? So is it only China, or are there other countries na mainit sa mata nila?
Yeah. Wala namang formal list of adversaries ang Canada. Pero kung makikinig kayo ng balita, alam natin na ang mga bansa ng China, ng Russia, ng Iran, and to a certain extent, India, napunta dito sa listahan na to na closer scrutiny. Kasi nga, itong mga countries na to a certain degree, have been seen as adversaries from the perspective of corporate espionage, for example, or national security risks, not necessarily terrorism, for example, or organized crime.
Oo.
Halimbawa, yung mga Chinese students na involved nga dito sa mga delays na to, it turns out that they are actually involved in like very sensitive research, diba? And there are accusations of espionage, according to the stories. So, hindi ako nagugulat that they are actually subjected to that particular type of scrutiny. Kasi, as we said off camera, Canada belongs to the group of Five Eyes countries, diba? US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand na intel sharing itong mga countries na to. And unfortunately, Canada is nakikita siyang weakest link kasi kadalasan pagdating sa laxity ng pagtrato ng national security. Unfortunately, Google ninyo kung gusto niyo pumunta sa conspiratorial rabbit holes. Yung Nortel, yung technology ng Nortel na bedrock ng 5G technology na ginagamit natin for cellular technology. Puro Canadian research yan na ang accusation, hindi galing sa akin, ang accusation, ginagamit ng Huawei ngayon, di ba?
Nako
So,
po.
may mga ganitong angles. May mga
Ayos.
ganitong angles ang story ng Canada, unfortunately.
Ako hindi. Posible bang nagparami din? Kasi I think the delay is also caused by the sheer number of applications that they are suddenly assessing. Kasama ba dyan kaya yung mga biglang nag-seek ng asylum? Hindi kaya?
Pupwede. Yeah, pupwede rin
Oo.
naman na scrutiny pero hindi naman kasi siya necessarily linked sa national security and
Oh.
intelligence risk assessment. Kasi yung mga ganong klaseng questions on asylum, nasa program integrity ito. Hindi na siya
Oo.
question of inadmissibility from like, danger to national security or danger to Canadians. But rather yung asylum kasi, optic of will they stay in Canada beyond the authorized period na ibibigay sa kanya ng permit? Magka-claim ba siya ng asylum? Are they trying to game the system? Iba yung question. So, itong question na to exclusively under the ambit of IRCC officers ito.
So ayun, narinig nyo na yung kay Attorney Lu. So that explains it. Maaari. But generally, I think hindi siguro naman ganun karami, no? Hindi lang pala backlog dahil sa dami ng applicants ang nangyayari, hindi lang backlog dahil siguro sa daming sinusuring peking dokumento, pati risks to national security ay tinitingnan. Okay? So anyway, let me know what you guys think. I will end this episode here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!